What's going on, y'all? This your boy KCFL, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes back in the building. Just got through from finishing up this episode of Dynamite Homecoming. How do I feel about this episode? Look, this was a filler episode, so you know they wasn't going to go as hard, but I got to give them props. I thought this episode was not that bad. I thought it was actually pretty decent. Now, with some things on this episode I did not like, but for the majority of it, they setting us up for where we getting ready to head. We're going to Pittsburgh. That's Miss Brit Baker's household. I'm going to talk about all that stuff. But before we begin this review, I have to address the elephant in the room that took place yesterday on AEW Dark. For y'all who don't know, Platinum Max, part of the Acclaim with Anthony Bowman. This young man, his gimmick is trash rap diss. He's a diss rapper. That's what he is. And apparently they're in a feud with the Varsity Blondes and Julia Hart, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Julia Hart is a 19-year-old girl, and his job is to be as heelish as he can, to quote-unquote make controversy or try to get under somebody's skin. But the video that went viral, which I'm glad AEW decided to take down, it wasn't a good look. My man basically, first he started off talking about Simone Biles. Now, we already knew Charlotte did the same thing on Monday Night Raw. That was terrible. And then my man, he followed up saying the same thing. I was like, I wouldn't have done that. Now, I understand there's a whole lot of wrestling fans that say, well, everybody said they want the Attitude Era back. When AEW tries to give you the Attitude Era, everybody gets offended. I'm like this. I wouldn't have said what he said because mental illness is a serious situation, especially among black folk. Our people. I'm not saying that all races deal with mental issues, but our people be dealing with stuff like that all the time. And I don't know why people enjoy especially coming at black women. Like, that's the name of the game. Just keep talking bad about black women like it ain't nothing. My man said the dumb line. I was like, I wouldn't have said that. The line was trash. And then he made matters worse by talking about making rape jokes about Julia Hart. And he was making jokes about, I don't even know, I forgot the guy's name that he mentioned. If I was him, I wouldn't have done that. I get it. Be as edgy as you can be, like I said, I really didn't know. Like I said, for me, like I said, did I get offended by it? No, I didn't. But making rape jokes, that's not what I would do. So I'm glad AEW pulled it. I'm glad they did the right thing, because it's so many people that be so quick to cancel everybody. Everybody ready to cancel Max. I find it very funny that when Charlotte said what she said, I seen maybe a few people talk about why Charlotte was out of line. But this situation, I mean, everybody, they couldn't wait. They couldn't wait to cancel Max. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, make your raps as edgy as you can, but you ain't got to go overboard. Next, I want to talk about the possibility of formerly known as Ruby Riot is Ruby Soho. She may be on her way to AEW to help the women's division. That is an excellent sign. Kudos to Tony Khan doing the right thing on that. I just wanted to start this review on that situation. But let's go ahead and let's start this review. So let's go ahead. I'm about to pull it up. Give me 1 second. Okay, so we open up the show. We got Chris Jericho versus the returning Hoover to Guerrero. Now, these two used to have a feud way back in the day on WCW. They used to battle all the time. This was a very decent match. I understood that my man people were saying he was kind of nervous or whatever. The stipulation for this was if Jericho wanted to win this match, he had to do a move off the top rope. Now, MJF was going to be sitting out there running his mouth, talking all kind of foolishness and all this crap. Just taking a dump, talk about he trained Hoover too. I mean, just lying. I'm like, first of all, man, you're a little kid, man, compared to Hoover too. Hoover too old as heck. Well, come on, just stop. He out there bull jiving, being silly as heck. So, two of them got in the ring. They did a little something here and there. Hoover too was giving it to him. The crowd, they kind of was somewhere in it. But like I said, the name of the game was if Jericho wants to win the match, he got to do a move off the top rope. Well, he decides to do the Judas effect off the top rope. Now, This match, like I said, it was a decent match. But I'm trying to tell y'all right now, with the storyline that's taking place, I'm liking the storyline. With the storyline that's taking place, I'm telling y'all, I feel like Jericho, this is it. I feel like we coming to the end of Jericho's wrestling career. I could be totally wrong. I could be off. But I feel like this we coming to a close, man. We are coming to a close, and it's a testament to Jericho what Jericho has been able to do while he's been in the ring. Like I said, I get a man all props. Like I said, ain't no hate over here on my end. The man doing what he got to do. So that's that. Jericho gets the victory. He does the Judas effects off the top rope. He wins. MJF is mad. So Jericho tries to celebrate, and like not even a second as he celebrates. Jericho's fourth Labor match opponent comes out the woodwork and lays him out. Now, I'm thinking it's gonna be somebody we're not even expecting, because that's what the anticipation was. Like, okay, who is it gonna be? It's Warlow. Now, I'm not saying that Warlow is not like a boss type of match, but it is. If you think about it, if you want to get to the main boss, you got to go up to it's like the big boss, like the big monster dude, and that's basically what Warlow is. It's like he's the second to last boss before you get to MJF, which is the final goal. That's the goal that we're trying to get to. That's the destination we're trying to get to is MJF, Jericho MJF. But if Jericho wants to get to MJF, he has now got to take out Mr. Warlow. Warlow laid that boy out like it was nothing. Beat the brakes off him. Then MJF hopped in the ring and he said to make sure that this match is called fairly, because throughout the entire time he was on commentary, he was taking nothing but pot shots at Aubrey, saying Aubrey wasn't calling the match fair. She would be counting fast for Jericho and then counting slow for Hoover too, just cheating and all this crazy stuff. I said, man, this dude, he just be wild, but he doing his role. That's what he's supposed to be doing, But so MJF pretty much says that next week, not only he won't be on commentary. Now, if I might look, somebody correct me in the comment section. Did he say he's gonna be the special guest referee, or did he just say he's just gonna be ringside so that make sure the match is called fairly? Come on now, you need to stop. He needs to quit. You know the match ain't gonna be called fairly. Let's just stop, man. Because if you ringside, you're gonna be cheating your behind off all day long. But like I say, it's his role. That's what he's supposed to be doing. So after that, we go to the back, and we got my voice translator for oh my goodness, for Pentagon Jr. Alex AB. I think I forgot to pronounce his last name. So it's the Death Triangle, but this time, remember how last week Pac was by himself, and the brothers was missing. Ray Phoenix and Pentagon Jr. was missing, and Alex. Both of them, all three of them was missing. Well, this time Pac was missing because of travel situation. And they was trying to say, well, I wonder exactly why. Well, that's when Andrade and Chavo walked up. And they pretty much said, hey, you don't need that dude. You can come work for us. And then Ray Phoenix is like, we don't work for nobody. We all about us. That's the name of the game or something like that. Then they walked off. So then Chavo said, don't worry. I got a feeling they're going to be coming around. So I don't really know exactly where they're going with this. I'm intrigued. I'm interested, but I'm not sure quite where they're going, because this whole thing is, this is what I feel like. I feel like they want to separate Pac from the Death Triangle. That's what I feel like they're going with this. I could be totally wrong. I could be way off, but I know we getting a matchup between CN and them somewhere down the line. Maybe we get it all out, but that's the storyline with that. So next, we get the 6-man tag team match. Now, y'all, I tell y'all all the time, I'm not a fan of the 6-man tag team matches. I'm not, because I see it so much, and it's like, man. But I'm not gonna lie. Now, I really didn't know who the clowns was that he was going against until I seen them. The two, okay, so we got John Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and Darby Allin with Sting in his corner versus Daniel Garcia and these new cats that call themselves 2.0. Well, I wasn't paying no attention to who these cats were on. They also cut a promo too. They sound silly to say. These two cats were formerly from NXT. They used to go by the name Everrise. And I feel like they really didn't get the proper shine that they could have. But now they're getting the chance to, showcase who they are. Y'all, this was a very good six-man tag team match. Very good six-tag. I mean, Cash was just going at it. Cash beat the brakes off each other. Like I said, I don't know the cat's name. One of them, he actually was out the ring. And when he realized who he was standing next to, he was standing next to Sting. He's like, you're Sting. Dude was just, I mean, he was just wilding out. So the storyline in this match was they was basically beating the brakes off of Kingston. Kingston was, acting like he had an injury and everything. But at the end of the day, Moxley and them and Darby Allin, they just tore them boys up. And I had a feeling they was gonna win it easy, but it was a very good six-man tag team match. I told you I get tired of the six-man tag team matches, but I can't hate. This match was great. I liked it. I got it. Moxley and them ended up getting the victory, and there you have it. So backstage, Hangman Page is talking with the Dark Order, and he tells them that due to the fact that because they lost, he said, you know what, guys? He said, I love y'all. You guys are my friends. I respect y'all and everything, but due to what took place last week, I need my space, y'all. And they said, what? Look, I know y'all want me to be a part of the Dark Order, but I need my space right now. I need to chill. I need to go handle my business. I need to go do my own thing. He said, I love y'all, but I got to do my own thing. I got something I got to do. So, well, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson was trying to get the boys to calm down. Silver and them was like, yo, man, like, we got to have his back. Evil Uno was like, listen, the man said he wanted space. Give him his space. So, that's that. You feel me? So, let's see. Because I'm looking at my notes. So, after that, we get the Elite basically in the back celebrating what took place. They playing basketball. They backstage just looking extremely goofy. They wilding out, clowning, just spinning balls on their fingers, just looking goofy. Talking about how they're very excited about what they did by stopping the Dark Order and stopping Hangman Page and all this. But apparently, next week, Lou Gallows and Carl Anderson will be defending their Impact Tag Team Championships on Dynamite against Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. Now, I'm intrigued because anybody can win those. They be showing you all the time that anybody can win the Impact Tag Team Champions. Now, I thought they would be going up against the Young Bucks, but nope, they going up against Lou Gallows and Carl Anderson. Lou Gallows said, you guys want a shot? We'll give you a shot, but you're not winning. Y'all not going to beat us. And then that's when Nick Jackson started talking about, we basically run the whole division. Like, and he had this goofy accent. He just sounded real dumb. I said, man, this dude, he need to quit. Sounded real. He said, who can beat us? Nobody can beat us. And then Maxwell Mack chimed in and said, we're going to have our names in the Raptors. They sound like they're a basketball team. Like, everybody's going to know that we're the greatest tag team on the planet and nobody's going to be able to stop us. Can't nobody beat us. And then everybody was passing the ball around. Well, they passed the ball to Brandon Cutler. And he was like, yeah, I'm a cheater now. But they didn't mean to pass the ball to him. They passed it to Kenny. Kenny started running off at the mouth talking about, yep, that's why, hey, man, you ain't getting no title shot. And that's why I'm going to have all off. I'm going to be chilling. I ain't going to be going nowhere. Just running off at just rambling, just clowning, all this crazy stuff. I'm like, look, I'm liking where they going. But I told you, I call the Elite clowns. I call them silly. To me, they goofy as that. They real goofy. They just be wilding out. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Next, we get Christian versus the Blade. Mr. I outwork everybody. No, sir. You be getting outworked. I hate to say it, but it's fact. Edge even looks better than Christian. Let's just call it for what it is. I know that man said he was coming to AEW to try to outwork everybody. No. This matchup actually went really quick. The Blade and them tried to cheat their behinds off. He tried to take the turnbuckles off, distracting the referee. So he said, let me go ahead and try to get the brass knuckles. He tried to whack Christian. Christian speared the man, got the 1, 2, 3. Well, apparently because Christian won, I said, oh, no. Christian is now the #1 contender for the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. I hope this is taking place on the Dynamite. I do not want this taking place at All Out. I do not want this taking place at All Out. I said, no, sir. No. So, but also doing this match, like I said, they was cheating because later on the Bunny would have a matchup against Layla Hirsch, and the winner of that match will get Camille, who is the NWA Women's Champion over in NWA at the All Women's Pay Per View that's created by Mickie James. I forgot when it's taking place, but this has members from women from ROH, NWA, Impact, and AEW. So, and apparently all the tickets sold out. So kudos to them, you know. So, but anyway, the Bunny was over there cheating. She was pulling on Christian leg, and then Layla came out the woodwork and they took her to the back because obviously they let you know we're gonna have a matchup. So, this is what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm thinking like, okay, Allie got this matchup on lock. I'm gonna talk about that matchup when we get to it. So let's see. Oh, we got a listen. The matchup that took place last week due to the botch, the match wasn't good because of the botch. And I'm talking about Proud and Powerful and FTR. The promo they cut, man, they used the botch and they added it to the story. Both Santana and Ortiz was talking about, we told you that regardless of the outcome of the match, what we was going to do, we was going to leave scars. And that's exactly what they did because when my man's got hurt, that hook had cut him in his arm and he was bleeding all over the place. That's exactly what Cash Wilder was talking about. Or was it Dax? Dax was talking about his homeboy. He said, you guys are going to get it. You guys are going to get got. We beat you, but we're going to face you again. Now, I don't know exactly where that's going to take place. I don't know if it's going to take place at All Out or it's going to take place in Queens because in Queens, that's I think is a better spot. But I don't know. I have no idea what they're planning because I know they want the man to heal up. But I like their promo because they took the botch and they made it as if it was something important because they said, look, we regardless of the outcome of the match, we was gonna leave battle wounds on you. We was gonna tear your behinds up. Even though Proud and Powerful they lost the match due to the botch that happened, they still took that botch and they added it to the story. I respect that about Tony Khan and them put that in there. I like that. That was pretty dope on the end. So let's see. Okay, I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so we got Tony Schiavone talking with Miss DMD. Now y'all know she's still hurt, and she talked about how she can't wait to run Pittsburgh and all this crazy stuff. Now everybody been talking about how Red Velvet was all up on Dark and Elevation, talking about how she won a shot at Miss DMD for the AEW Women's Champion. But sure enough, she came running up out there. She came walked up into her face. She's like, girl, what you want? Who you supposed to be? She said, I want you. I want your title. I want a shot. Give me a shot. She said, girl, look here. I beat you like, 3 minutes back in the day. She said, well, yeah, look here. Yeah, you might have beat me, but I'm not that same woman that you beat back then. I'm much better now, and I'm going to take that title. So she got bold with it. She got up in her face. Now, this is my big thing about, remember what I'm always talking about. And I'm going to talk about it when it comes to Lee Johnson coming up. This is what I would prefer when it comes to our talent being presented on AEW. Put us on AEW Dynamite. I'm not talking about Dark. I'm not talking about Elevation. Put us on Dynamite. Let us get meaningful wins. So when we actually call out people for title shots, we know we're not going to win them, but at least, like, okay, this match is important. It feels important because I've seen this young lady go, or I've seen this young man go, and it's like now, okay, I see what they're doing. I see they actually are putting forth an effort to trying to get our talent better. I like that. This is what I hope. I hope next week on Dynamite we get Red Velvet versus somebody, and you can have Brit out there talking all kind of foolishness and whatever. So anyway, make a long story short, uh, Reba tried to get the crutch, and she tried to lay out Red Velvet, but she missed her. Red Velvet laid her out, and then that's when Britt knocked her out or something like that or something. It was something, but I'm telling y'all right now, we know what's happening in Pittsburgh on the debut episode of Rampage. We all know Red Velvet is not winning. We already know that. I just want to see her get a victory on Dynamite 2 days before the match that happens in Pittsburgh because they already gonna be in Pittsburgh. I just want to see her get a victory. That's all I ask. I just ask Tony Khan to get our people right all the time. I don't just want to see us on the show. I want to see us getting meaningful wins that means something. You understand what I'm saying? You know, that's all I ask. So after that segment, let's see. Oh, okay. So we got Charvo and we got Andrade in the back, and he was talking about, well, he said, look, they're gonna come around, because he was talking about, look, I want them to come work for us, but he said, I know they said they're not gonna work for us, they'll come around, but I got somebody even better. It's the young man named Fuego. Now, Fuego Soul. It's a lot of fans that want AEW to sign that guy. I'm surprised he hasn't been signed yet. I don't know what Tony Khan and them waiting on. They keep using him, but he's not signed. Obviously, we know he's a jobber and everything because he got his head kicked off by Malakai Black last week. So he brought him in. He told him, get down and start scrubbing sins. I call him about Andrade El Elio. Start get down there and start scrubbing his shoes. He said, nah, he's doing nothing. Well, that's when both Chavo and Andrade beat the brakes off of him. Tore that man up. I said, man, back-to-back weeks, my man Fuego Soul got his behind kicked for no reason. Just getting beat up. I said, oh boy. But like I said, that's the name of the game. They trying to get heat. That's all that's about. So we got Hangman in the ring, basically trying to explain himself, trying to tell Tony Schiavone what it is that he actually wants. And as soon as he was going to start speaking, that's when the Elite came out. They got in the ring. They started talking with Hangman Page, and they told Hangman, listen, sir, um, we actually thought about actually bringing you back. Obviously, you have no friends no more. The Dark Order, you told them you don't want them to be with you no more. You know, we thought about it. I said to myself, maybe I should forgive this boy's sins for what he's done in the past. But then I looked at you. I said, this group has no losers in it. That's what you are. And if you thought you was going to get a matchup at me at All Out, you crazy as the best. But so they still teasing Kenny Omega versus Hangman at All Out. I don't even know no more, tell you the truth, y'all. That's the thing about Dynamite. It's almost like they keep you intrigued because everybody wants to see this young man succeed. I told y'all from back when Dynamite first started, from the first pay-per-view they had, where it was Chris Jericho versus Hangman Page. I didn't know who Hangman Page was. I ain't have a clue. If listen, if you're familiar with him from the New Japan stuff, kudos to you, but I ain't know who this dude was. I knew who Jericho was, so I'm like, it's obvious. Chris Jericho's going to win this match. And it was a business decision because AEW was establishing themselves. So when he won, it made sense for Chris Jericho to win that match. Fast forward to 2 years now, everybody and mama enjoy this young man. Everybody called him Cowboy Poop. That's his name. Oh, you want to see him win. You want to see him kick Kenny's behind, right? So Kenny just talking down to him, disrespecting him. He had enough. He laid Kenny out, but it wasn't enough. My man Hangman Page got beat down. So everybody wondering where the heck is the Dark Order? Hangman Page is getting his behind kicked. He getting towed up. He getting just getting beat down, slapped around. I mean, all kind of crazy stuff. The Dark Order came out, but you saw Stu Grayson and Evil Uno trying to tell them, listen, fellas, I know you, I know, but he said he wanted his space. Go to the back. Go to the back. And they just continue to beat the brakes off him. Kenny just sitting up saying all kind of crazy stuff. I mean, Young Bucks just tearing them up. Luke Gallows and them just beating them up. You got Brandon spraying stuff. You got Don Callis over there just looking silly. And then here comes Frankie Kazarian. Now on Impact, it's a 6-man tag team match, and I think Frankie Kazarian is involved, if I'm not mistaken. So he tried to come out there. He tried to save the day, but it wasn't enough. He got beat down too. So it was basically it was just a beat down. So they're still teasing we're gonna get Kenny versus Hangman at All Out. I don't know. I'm telling y'all right now, I don't know. Especially with Christian winning and becoming a new number one contender. I have no idea what they're doing. I just don't. I don't know. You know. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. Right after that, We got a promo from Dan Lambert, who is a part of the UFC MMA stuff. He pretty much called out Lance Archer and said, "Look, Lance, you might have got the best of me that weeks ago when I was on Dynamite, but I'm telling you, I'm coming back. And this time, I'm not coming alone. I'm getting my payback." So obviously, he bringing somebody that's gonna start dealing with Lance Archer. Don't know what that means. Young man cut a great promo. You know, like I said, I still don't know who this guy is, but like I said, he's from the UFC and MMA background or whatever. So now let's get to it. The Redeemer. That's what he calling himself. Miro, TNT champion versus my boy Lee Johnson. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. I wish they would have gave us a tournament, and the tournament would have basically elevated Lee Johnson. So this matchup would have felt very important because Lee would have been getting the wins. He would have got the win, and he would have became the new number one contender. Not just say, oh, let's just randomly pick somebody from a hat. Say, oh, look, it's Lee Johnson. Hey, see, look, no. See, this is what cats I'll be talking about. This is what I've been talking about for the longest time, about us actually being presented right, getting meaningful victories. I'm not telling people, I'm not saying put all the titles on black folk. That is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying book us right, give us meaningful wins on Dynamite, not Dark, not Elevation. Because I know we win on Dark and Elevation all the time, but a lot of people don't even watch that stuff. Give us meaningful wins on Dynamite, so when we get matchups like that, it feels important. Yo, the match was great. Miro made Lee Johnson look like $1,000,000. Lee Johnson is improving in all areas. I know he has no character right now, but my dude is getting better and better in the ring. He pretty much told Miro, listen, I'm not no joke. You might have thought you was going to come in here and take me up in about, 2 minutes? This match ended up being about 10 minutes. It was a great match because it made Lee Johnson look like he had a legitimate opportunity to beat this dude. Miro took him like he was a joke, and he wasn't. Like I said, I loved it. The match was great. I enjoyed everything because I said, let me pay close attention to this because I just want to see how much Lee Johnson has improved in the ring. I told y'all when it comes to wrestlers, I don't care what skin tone they are. The name of the game is I want to see how well somebody is. Like, can you talk? Are you good in the ring? Do you have charisma? That's what I want. That's all I ask. If you do that, you're gonna be good on my end. And seeing Lee Johnson go out there and do everything. I mean, listen, the crowd got behind him because everybody wanted to see this young man win. They was like, yo, come on, Lee. Come on. Come on. He was giving it to him. I mean, Miro looked like Miro looked goofy. Because he underestimated Lee Johnson. He thought he was going to go in there and do the little camel toe thing he do where he just hit you on your back and then put the submission move on you. So, no, Lee Johnson gave him a run for his money. But it wasn't successful. It was not successful. My man Lee Johnson came up short, as I expected him to. He came up short. Miro is still your TNT champion right now. He called himself God's favorite champion. He went in there. He did what he had to do. He got beat up. He got towed up. But Lee Johnson didn't win, and I didn't expect him to win. I just wanted them to give us an important feel. Make this match feel important. Tony Khan, this is the area you got to do better in, man. This is one of the areas. This is what I'm hoping come year 3. Year 3 be the focus of getting us right. That'd be year 3. Year 3 focus of us. Year 2 is the women, because the women is what they need to focus on right now. And I believe, let's see, I think that was the next matchup if I'm not mistaken. Hold on. Oh, Tony Schiavone talked to Christian. Yeah, Christian is the new number 1 contender. Now, for right here, this is like, for me, the show was up. I was like, this is a very decent Dynamite. I'm enjoying everything what I'm seeing. And then Christian part like, oh, hey, you're the new number 1 contender. How you feel? Then Christian started. This fool tried his best to try to say something funny by started singing "Thank You for Being a Friend," the Golden Girls theme song. I said, bro, what the heck is you talking about? You ain't talking about nothing. You just rambling off. And I said, oh no. I said, please let this be on Dynamite. I do not want this matchup to be at All Out. I don't. Let this be on Dynamite. I pray that we get this on Dynamite. I don't want to see this nowhere at all out. I don't. I'm telling you. I'm like, I ain't trying to see that foolishness. I'd rather see the foolishness on Dynamite. That's a TV match, not a pay-per-view worthy match. I'm sorry, man. This ain't no disrespect to Kenny. I mean to Christian. But I want to see Kenny, Hangman. Oh, look, I could even deal with a Jungle Boy again. You know, I no. Kenny and Christian is Dynamite. That's TV. That ain't no pay-per-view. That is not a pay-per-view worthy match. I'm sorry. It's just not. You know. So yeah, that's it. That was that. So then we got So now we got Layla Hirsch versus the Bunny, aka Ali, whatever. Now the young lady Camille, the NWA Women's Champion, was ringside. She was sitting out there, and when Ali walked up to her and got into her face, I said, "Who is this girl?" And then when I saw it, and she had, I said, "Oh, that's the NWA Women's Champion." And she was sitting there ringside because the winner of that match gets her at Mickie James' pay-per-view, which is coming up, which is an all-women's pay-per-view. I'm serious, y'all. I thought Bunny had this on lock. Now, how did I feel about this match? This was a okay match. Layla is a submission. That she is great. She is a great submission wrestler. She might be small, but she knows how to put a great submission hold on somebody. Like them arm bars she got, she ain't scared. She might be small, but she ain't scared. That's the one thing I like about Layla. Now, I don't know what her character is per se. Bunny got the character down. It's the in-ring ability when it comes to Bunny. But Layla, she got the in-ring ability. It's just a character that she needs to get, you know. So obviously they got her chilling with Orange Cassidy, the best friends, and Chris Statlander, you know. While we know Bunny and the Blade is with Matt Hardy's group because Private Party and them, they was all out there. Um, Layla Hirsch gets the upset victory. I'm serious. I thought Bunny had this match on lock. I thought the Bunny was gonna win this. I thought she had this on. It was like it's a done deal. I said Bunny gonna win this match, and then Layla Hirsch went in there and made the girl tap. So at the pay-per-view, we're getting Layla Hirsch versus Camille for the NWA Women's Champion. I'm assuming it's gonna be a decent match. I haven't seen the Camille girl wrestle before. Obviously, she beat Serena because Serena was the NWA Women's Champion. So I don't know. Maybe I might have to check this thing out just to see for myself. You know what I'm saying? But overall, okay matchup. The ladies still need work. This is one of the things that a lot of AEW fans are complaining about, saying that the women they want the women to get more airtime and everything. This is why shows like Elevation Dark and AEW Dark and Elevation was created, so that people could get more time, people who need more work. And I understand why a lot of us are on there, because a lot of us need work. I understand that. I just would prefer a lot of the ladies to get more airtime on Dynamite. That's why we get ready to get Rampage. Rampage is coming up. So Kenny said he's hoping that the women get more time on Rampage. Well, we got a championship match coming up next week on August 13th. Brit Baker's hometown. We're getting Red Velvet. I hope Red gets a win on Dynamite so we can build up, you know what I'm saying? Because she just came out the woodwork. But kudos to Layla on getting that victory. So after that, we got Miss Jade and her mouthpiece, which is I don't even know the dude's name. I think his name is Mark or something like that. He started rambling, talk about everybody want to know where the heck Jade been at. We've been all over the place. We've been getting deals over here. We got all the stuff on AEWshop.com and all these pro wrestling tees. We in Hollywood right now. The Jade brand is blowing up. It's everywhere. But I'm telling you now, we're back, and Jade is about to start handling her business. And I thought he was going to say she's going to get a matchup on Dynamite. That fool said she's getting a matchup on Elevation. I said, oh, Lord. I said, here you go. Here you go again. So she gonna beat the brakes off of somebody on Elevation. I don't know who, but she beating up somebody. And then, after he said what he said, she said her famous line, "'Cause I'm that female dog." I'm like, great. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it is what it is, man. Like I say, when it comes to Jade, you know what I'm saying? But that's that. So let's see. Yeah. So now we got the main event. Malakai Black versus Cody Rhodes. Now, I was interested to see what type of entrance Malakai Black was gonna have. Now, everybody in the mama know this dude. He down with the devil. We established that. I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, he came out. He looked like he had antlers on his head. I'm like, bro, what? Wait, so now you play for the Milwaukee Bucks? I know y'all. I mean, I know they just won the NBA championship. He came out there literally looking like a deer. I'm like, then when they showed exactly what it was some straight demonic skeleton. I'm like, y'all listen, y'all know how I feel about these satanic characters. I just look, just do your work in the ring. I really may not be a fan of the character, but just do work in the ring. Oh, and boy, did he do work in the ring. I had said a comment on Twitter. This match was like, I think 5 minutes. Cody Rhodes got Molly whopped. That fool got beat down like it was nobody's business, and I loved every moment of it. Malakai Black towed that fool up. He tore him up. He laid that fool out, and I loved it. Malakai Black is over like a mud. Fans loved it. They enjoyed it. Handled the business. He got the heck up out of there. Tony Schiavone was talking with the crew, say, I got to go in there and talk to him and see how he's doing. So Cody selling the injury, leg injury, whatever. This fool literally sounded like he was finna start crying, and he literally sounded like he was finna retire. He talked about Daly's place being the foundation of AEW, Duval, and he actually went on to comment about what Vince said, that AEW is a competition, and he said we really are competition, regardless of what Vince says. But he's very happy. He name dropped me. He said something about Kenny, the Bucks, and he said everybody in the league. He said he's very grateful that this AEW thing has got his legs off the ground. Like I said, my man sounded like he was going to retire, right? So next thing you know, Malakai Black comes right back in the ring and basically lays him out with the crutch that he was trying to use. So obviously this ain't over. This is not over. I don't know where we're going to get part two. Part two is going to take, I don't know what part two is going to take. Maybe it takes place at All Out. I don't know. But my man, he got mollywops. Shout out to my man. He just followed me. He said, I ain't never heard. He said, I have heard somebody say somebody got mollywopped in a long time. Yeah, man. I'm old school like that. Cody Rhodes got mollywopped. I enjoyed every moment of it. For a filler Dynamite. Personally, for me, this was a filler Dynamite. It wasn't the best Dynamite, but I still think this was a very good episode. It was some things on here that was like, psh. But for a filler episode, you're still intrigued. You're still ready for what's about to happen next week. That's what I wish Vince would wake up, get out of his grumpy old pants, and turn Raw and SmackDown into that. But he doesn't care. He has no. He doesn't want to. So this is why we have AEW, and I'm so grateful for AEW being a thing right now. I really am, man. That's basically all my takes on this whole show. I said everything from I addressed the Max Caster situation. I talked about Ruby Soho on her way to AEW, and other than that, man, I really ain't got nothing else to say. If you like the show, or if you didn't like the show, you can hit me up in the comment section. For everybody who's brand new to the channel, thank you for subscribing to Casey Fair Wrestling Takes. I try my best to give you as honest as I can. I don't try to sugarcoat nothing. I know a lot of people call me an AEW head. I favor AEW more because they've turned me back into a wrestling fan. WWE makes me not want to be a wrestling fan. I wish they did. But AEW gives me what I used to feel way back in the day, and I'm so grateful for them. I say what my issues are with them all the time because everything in AEW ain't great. I address it all the time, so people want to sit up here and say I shield for AEW. Nope, you heard me address some of the things that they need to get better in this review. I try to keep it 100 with you all the time. I don't try to sugarcoat nothing. So everybody who's brand new to the channel, I thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sticking around with me. Share this video all over the place. You want to interact with me, I'm always on Twitter at Beats to Blessings. That's on Twitter. That's at Beats to Blessings. You want to talk to me, DM me, whatever. We can chop it up. We can talk about all things real. I talk about all that stuff, you know what I mean? But appreciate everybody who was rocking with me today. This was a decent show. I'm looking forward to the next episode. Tell me what you think. It's your boy KCFL, King Self Life Wrestling Takes. Holla at me.